Anthony, Blake, and Dylan, the cold slice. Ooh.
And welcome back to the Cold Slice podcast. We have a little bit of an update on our format. The last one was boring as shit, I think. Maybe a little bit.
We got a lot of feedback.
We got tons.
And it wasn't positive.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Melinda.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback on how our format was. So we're going to change it up just a little bit. We're going to go pretty brief on it. But let me introduce everyone. I'm Dylan. I'm your host. This is Anthony on my right.
Hello.
Are you on my right on the camera?
No, you're on the left. It's your right, though, so you are not lying.
Oh, God. All right. You're on my camera right. That's Anthony. This is Blake. You guys know who we are if you've been with us. And this is Jaden.
Hi.
All right. She's a little...
I'm on the camera left.
She woke up 45 minutes ago. So...
I made it, though.
And she made it. Basically... we need you guys to start sharing our videos. Please, I am literally begging you. I'm not going to talk about the Patreon on this episode until the end. But if you guys like the podcast, please share it with your friends. That's the best thing you can do for us. Let's jump into it. You want to do a little update on our relationship course?
Yeah.
So if you watched our last episode, it's been a week, and...
it's been a rough week.
It's been a rough week. Somebody turned 29.
Yes. That was terrible.
How did that go?
It was not good. We went out for my birthday during the day.
Yeah.
And had a couple beers. I thought it was real casual. We got ramen, played pool, whatever, had a couple beers, met up with some friends.
Yeah.
Had a couple more beers. Somehow, though, those couple beers turned into I think I had 10, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it was
It sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
That sound like a lot.
It's like you don't have to justify it. 10 sounds like a pretty decent amount.
Dude,
She had that many before I got there at 9.
Yeah, I was very excited to see Blake.
I love you.
Did.
Looking at Dylan like,
I was very excited to see you.
It's over for you, bud. She loves me now.
I've always loved Blake. Yeah, we ended up at the karaoke bar in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
I made you sing Grease with me.
Yes. That was great. You made me
So
sing it
Jaden
last
was in
night, too.
full control of the night.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. I'm
yeah.
the one night
She's like, after I finished Shania Twain, we're singing Grease.
Yeah, she didn't even tell me. They were just like, can we get Dylan to the stage? I think I was ordering a beer, and she's like, come on, babe. I was like, what are we doing? And she's like, the lady that was running the karaoke, it's a Tuesday, I think.
It's Tuesday. Nobody's in there. It's just our friends.
Yeah, she was like, she wants you to sing Grease with her. And I was like, oh, God. Okay.
He knew exactly what was about to happen.
it's your birthday.
I was like, it's her birthday. Yeah,
He's like, oh shit, between the time to grab his beer and get to the stage, he's already got his leather jacket on.
Exactly.
He's like, I
Yeah.
hate when you make me do this.
Oh, my hair's
Grease
all
line.
like...
she's got one hand on the claw and the other on his nut. She's, come on, Dylan, let's go.
I was totally trying to do the dance. And at this point, I was definitely many beers down. And I'm trying to do this dance, and Dylan's just standing there. I don't know what it looked like. But I woke up the next day with the worst hangover I've ever had in my entire life.
In 29 years.
In 29 years. So the day after turning 29 was...
Adulthood hit.
Dude.
Quick.
Yeah, you were looking at me. I was on the couch. He kept trying to get me up. All right, we gotta. I don't even know what you wanted to do.
No, you're telling that wrong. I let you alone for.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening, and I was still not ready to go anywhere.
yeah,
brutal.
Like an all day, just couched. I felt like a corpse.
The whole day, I was just like, well, I'm gonna go hang out in. I'm gonna go play some video games
In your office?
for my office.
I'm going to go struggle in this room while you struggle here. If you need me, just knock.
That's a real relationship.
Stomp your feet really loud, and I'll crawl out.
Yeah. I'm like, I could hear the TV on the couch, and I was like, oh, maybe she's sleeping or whatever. But for 12 hours, I just let you do whatever you were gonna do, and then eventually I was like, we have to go get some food or something. There's nothing in this house.
Yeah, there
There's
was no
nothing.
food either, so I was just...
I'm over here eating dust and bugs. I'm like, it's off my desk. I'm like, ugh. Hold on. Did you guys ever eat weird shit as a kid?
I eat weird shit as a kid.
Yeah.
Like 4 episodes.
Well, not
on
you.
it.
I remember this vividly. Like one of my first like friend when I was a little kid, we lived in the cul-de-sac together.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Have you ever tried flies?" But what he was trying to say was fry. And I was like, "I've never had a fry or a fly before,
You're like,
or,
yeah, dude, I just
or
had
a
one.
fry
You're like,
at this
sounds
point." Like
pretty
I was
good, though.
young, so I like went up to the windowsill, found myself like a fresh McDonald's fly,
Protein.
you know,
Oh god.
popped that shit in my mouth. Was like, "That's disgusting. That does not taste right at all." And my mom was like freaking out. She's like, "Did you just eat that fucking fly?" She just like watched the whole thing. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, how old
Tony's
were you?
hungry.
He's like, this was yesterday.
I'm like, wait.
It wasn't that long ago. No, I was super young because that was when we first had moved to La Center, and so we were living in the cul-de-sac.
Before people could say they're ours.
Yeah, I had to have been. I don't even know. Super young. That was like
Yeah.
probably like before first grade, kindergarten,
It's okay.
probably.
You don't
I would
have
say.
to justify it.
Yeah, it's
I
all right,
was
buddy.
16.
I can get you a fly right
The
now.
windowsill I got it off was my car. I was driving.
This morning. Like what? Did you eat weird stuff as a kid?
Not like unconventional as far as like things that you're supposed to eat. I didn't eat anything weird like dirt or anything, but I did weird combinations, you know.
Melinda, if you're listening, please come down here and let us know what weird shit
She's
he
like,
ate
I
as
was
a kid.
constantly
Well-
slapping shit out of that kid's hand.
The weird shit was coming from the top down. It was trickle down
Melinda's like,
economics.
you gotta
of
try
weird
these flies.
food.
It's
Exactly.
like, put sugar on them.
Put sugar on
I got you the sugar bowl, babe.
it. Exactly.
I used to love, and I honestly, like, if it were socially acceptable, I would still eat newspaper to this day.
Dude, you should go on My Strange Addiction.
Have you tried this article? Do you know how much ink you probably
seriously?
eat?
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
way. Your tongue just is like reading like Article 5 of the newspaper.
I started talking like Walter Cronkite. And today in Israel, he's like 5 years old.
You're on
Dylan's like, the
Fuck us.
Spidey's got to stop. He's like, oh, that one was a comic book.
I guess you are what you eat.
This kid.
My mom's like, how did he get cancer? I don't know.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude. My favorite thing as a kid was definitely newspaper, and then
So fucking weird.
I say that, and it wasn't a one-off. Obviously, this was multiple times. Find me behind the couch, just like and
Damn.
dust. I loved dust. I don't know why.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have
That's
no idea.
interesting. Yeah, that's
So at the turn of the century when computers came out and they were like, I think print media is dying. You're like, no.
I'm gonna starve.
And now you work
had,
in computers.
I had these. I say I had because after this moment, I basically disowned them. But these cousins, we'd go out to visit in Colorado.
I hate them too.
Yeah,
You guys ever heard of the Donner Pass? That was me.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyways, no. I was gonna say it's worse than that, but it's not. They were out like running around catching. This was at my great grandpa's funeral. Actually, they were running around.
Good.
Said
What
it was
the
all the
fuck is
family was there. It's
happening?
hard to get us together. It has to be a death. But they're out there like running around in the grass and they're grabbing shit out. And then they're like, oh yeah. And this kid comes up to me who's supposedly my cousin, and he's got a grasshopper in his hand. He's like, you ever ate this? Like just deadpan me in the face. I was like,
What the fuck?
no.
Is he from the deep south, like Nowherevilles?
Colorado.
No, they're from Colorado.
Oh man, there were some weird kids out
Hippies.
there.
Yeah, apparently my family does. I was like, this has got to be like, the family tree must have like went straight at one point because there's no way that like
It's just a circle.
this is right. I mean, I know people like eat grasshoppers, I guess, when they're cooked and stuff, but this guy's
Yeah.
grabbing a live one, just this little menace to
Ew, the
society,
legs are like-
in my face, pulls the head off, eats the body.
Oh no!
And I'm like, you're a fucking psycho. You know? I immediately
listen,
went to my
buddy,
dad. I was like, I'm not hanging out with that kid anymore. You guys keep trying to get me to hang out with him. I was like, he's fucking weird. Always he's filling up on grasshopper. He's not even gonna be hungry for dinner. Like, you know?
He's gonna
It's
try to eat
disgusting.
Grandpa next.
Yeah. They're flying by and his tongue's just like grabbing shit out of the air.
His eyes are just like going this way.
I was like, I thought it was a lazy eye, but really he was just tracking.
Your banjo banjos in the distance.
Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Here he comes, just like fucking feral as hell.
His name was Chameleon.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
his last name.
I don't remember
Leon.
what his name was, but he did have a mullet starting at a young age. I remember that.
Dude, that kid sounds like a good time. Is he in jail now?
I wonder what he's moved on to eating now. I'm sure. Yeah, he's probably,
Someone
he's probably
should
the
check on
most
him.
well-fed person in prison too. He's just like fucking tongue sticking shit off the wall.
A rat crawled into my cell the other day.
Yeah, he's like, I created this web myself.
Oh God. Anyway, our HR department for the podcast said that we needed to have a female on the podcast, diversify a little bit. So just to explain why Jaden's here again.
I guess Brittany wasn't close enough for those of you who
Yeah.
watched my episode with eyeshadow.
With the mask, eyeshadow, yeah.
The post.
Dude, I had a couple people like, what the fuck is he going through? My dad was like, does he do that all the time? And I was like, he just does whatever he wants. Like, he looked good. He's like,
got my-
Jaden's like, no.
Hey,
Well, it's like not you looked. Yeah, you had that going, but
Fucking
it was like
fox hat
day
on.
old, and you looked.
I'm like, I ride dirt bikes and put on makeup.
Dude, that's like the ultimate like type A Republican guy. Like,
You're like, I also am the checkered flag girl, but I also race.
Exactly.
my thing was-
That is totally me, honestly. Yeah.
we love it, dude.
We do. My thing was though, just some advice. I'm like, I watched it and I'm like, if you're gonna wear makeup,
You better come correct.
you better fucking do it.
That was like
or
day
take
old
it
makeup
off.
after he was partying.
It might have been two
I don't
day
walk
old.
around with that shit on. Like I wear makeup all the
I
time.
have more confidence. I'm sorry.
He's like, I know how I look.
You're right. You do have way more confidence than me.
No, you should have seen how I looked the night before when it was actually done up.
Yeah, it looked good.
Well, we
I
didn't
look
see
good.
it though.
Oh, it's on Instagram for the whole world to see.
I saw it.
I did a devil dress one night, and I did
Yeah.
angel makeup. the
Yeah, I
other
saw
night.
that. It's in my spank bank now.
Exactly. That was the goal.
Real bros jerk off to each other.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Check my only
I
Blake.
didn't know
It's
that.
happened in this basement. we got caught
All right, well.
in 6th grade watching porn down here. My mom came down,
That's the worst.
and
Oh
she
God, that was a
Wait, you
devastating
were watching
moment.
porn together?
All of us were.
All
It
of
was
us
his
were.
birthday party. We were just
You're like, I was there.
we just found out about it.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, you got to check this out.
we were all on my mom's computer, like, just all on the couch. She's like, oh, yeah, that's hot. I like that. I didn't know you could do that. And then my mom comes down. She's like, what are you guys doing? We're like, ah! And she's like, guys, it's just skin. And
No,
then
it's worse than that.
She's
'cause
like, check it out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not throwing out names actually, but people were watching it, and you guys somehow locked the fucking computer.
Yeah.
And didn't know the password to open it back up.
Yeah,
Oh,
so she,
no.
she
So that's
just
how
opened
she
it
found
up.
out.
Yeah, she just opened it up and just like, oh, the kids, what are they doing down there?
They're so funny.
And then she called all of our parents. She's like, well,
She told all the parents?
yeah, she called everybody, but not like in the mean way. She was like, they saw some bodies. And they're like, what? Someone died? No, this porn,
Dude.
It's all right.
Melinda's
That
the
is-
best. That is like the coolest mom, like a good,
Yeah,
healthy.
Dude,
It was a rough 10 to 15 minute coming of age conversation we had to have with his parents as well as a group.
That was the real nightmare. Like getting caught was so much less worse than the talk.
I swear to God, I've been caught a handful of times. I was like a mad horny like
No
kid or
locks in your
something.
house and just a menace.
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't the
dude,
first
yeah.
time.
dude. No, I'm not even gonna say that one. Not here. But I remember I got caught one time, and I was like, I had to have been like maybe 14 or 15, and it was just like I had my own computer, so like it wasn't crazy. I was just like, yeah, what do you think they're gonna do on a computer? You know, they're like they're that age, and my mom, they're divorced. They've been divorced since I was basically born, but my mom called. Don't touch me.
Okay.
I'm still mad about it.
Okay, babe.
I'm not over it yet. So my mom called my dad, and my dad lived like an hour away. She called him and was like, you got to come down here and talk to him. So my dad drove an hour to come sit down with my mom, my stepdad, and obviously my dad and me. And my dad basically rolled up like a fucking G. He's like, I'm not even here to talk to him.
I'm here to talk to you.
He's like, he's that age. What do you want him to do? Like, that's how it goes. I don't know
Yeah.
what your problem is.
It's like, now listen,
That's what-
his
yeah.
specifications are a little out there. We should maybe talk to him about that. But
I don't know how he knows these words.
I don't even know how he found that section yet.
I haven't even seen these ones. Son, send me the video. Send me the video.
Shoot me a few links.
Yeah. Daddy needs to get weird. So yeah, it was wild, dude. My mom was like, "You're not even gonna like discipline him or anything," and he's like, "What do you want me to do? Like, fucking, you're being weird about this." But I always thought that like the worst thing in the world was like, I would much rather just get in trouble and like them be mean about it or just like angry about it than like somebody sit me down and be like, and this is the way bodies work.
I think that's fine.
Nope.
Normalized
Why?
masturbation.
Like, trust me, I know. I just watched 42 videos last night.
No, I just mean like I love that your mom was like calling up the other parents and was like,
She
they
did.
just saw
She did
some-
exactly what a parent should do.
Yeah,
She handled
they
the
just saw
situation
some bodies, like
the
it's
best you
fine.
could.
I think.
I mean,
that's
could you imagine
beautiful.
being like put in that position where you're like, oh great, so 14 young boys just found.
What am I gonna
Yeah.
do? Not gonna
My
keep it a
computer.
secret either, because that's fucking
you wouldn't keep it a
weird.
secret. But like to the parents, you would be like, you would do what Melinda did. But like,
That was such a weird era in our lives. We're like in between playing like Ratchet and Clank on your PS2 as like little kids, and like
yes.
now let's look at tits as a group.
yeah, just collectively evolve this
I don't get
hive
the
mind.
group thing. I don't. Girls weren't like that. We were
Well, it's not
definitely
like we were all like running around like. I mean, we just had discovered what that was. We
Yeah.
weren't like, we were still kind of like, oh, that's like what girls look like.
That's
Nice.
just not what was happening in not in my girl groups, at least. Like, it wasn't, we were definitely talking about boys constantly. And like the texting, that was huge when I was in middle school. Like, we had all just gotten phones, pink razor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was solo play.
We were, but no, actually, that's not true. What girls
How much
would
of
do,
this are we gonna have to cut?
All of
what
it.
girls
No
would
shit.
do, no, what girls would do is we would text each other's boyfriends for each other.
Oh.
Oh,
like-
I got a few.
I feel
of
like we
those.
knew
Yeah,
a lot of the times when that was happening.
we knew
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
You know.
happening.
It'd
I
be
knew
like,
I
oh
was.
my god, I can't text him. I'm so nervous. And then you would just throw your phone, and then your friend would be texting. So then we'd all be like in on this relationship. It was like
Beginning of
that.
poly.
Very
It would be
weird.
like I'd be
Yeah.
talking to some girl or texting some girl, and it would be like
All of a sudden
like
she's a lot meaner.
super innocent stuff, and then all of a sudden like a little ways goes by, and I know she's hanging out with her friend, and then just the most graphic text gets sent, like, "Where's the ruler?" Like this weird stuff. I'm like,
Show us your dick, pussy.
Suddenly she doesn't know how to spell.
yeah. I'm like, that's not her.
Yeah. I feel like that's more what we did. I don't ever remember us like sitting around and being like, hey girl, like, have you checked this out yet? Like, do-do-do-do. Like, that was not, I don't
That was definitely a guy experience.
yeah.
Were you
Branching
guys-
off a little bit.
All
Were you
right.
guys Omegle people?
What?
No, I was
Oh.
terrified of chat rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no.
But
I
I'm
didn't-
also scared of
I didn't
most
like to
stuff.
go on it
Wow,
after I
scary.
like went on it a few times. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I went on it, and then it was like
Just dudes
person,
jerking off.
penis, person,
Ew.
penis. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
No. One of my friends was really one of my friends actually like made my MySpace, which I was already scared of that. I mean, I'm a pretty scared person, I think, just in general.
Yeah.
And you should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
I am, but I've always been like that. And so she made my MySpace, and then she was kind of into like chat rooms and stuff. And I was never that middle schooler that was like I would be the one to be like, I'll just go sit on the bed. Like, like I don't want to be a part of this. Like, I did not.
Everyone
like
else in the
that.
bed is worried whether you're going to tell your mom or not.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
There was politics
and I would.
about that, for sure.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
She's going to tell on us.
that was me. That was totally me because I was terrified. And like, I remember my other friend set up a MySpace and was like talking to older guys, but like just to like, which is creepy, so creepy now as an adult. But like nothing. It wasn't like no like pictures or anything weird like that, but like just because it was bad, like we knew we weren't supposed to be talking to the guys, so it was like a special MySpace account that she would log into. Like she had all the stuff, but we would do that together.
How many kids does she have now?
She just has one. I'm gonna have to cut this because she knows who she is.
Someone else does.
How much of the rest of that are we gonna have to cut?
I don't know, babe.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm just having fun.
You're making my job so much harder.
I'm having a good time.
Anyway, branching off. What did you guys do last night?
I went to a cookie party.
What is
Ooh,
that?
What is a cookie party?
It's where everyone brings 2 dozen cookies, and you each there's probably like 20 people there, so there's a lot of cookies. Like couples would bring cookies. There's probably 10 different cookies.
Is that why Haley's not feeling good? She ate
She ate too many
cookies.
cookies.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just her sister's friends, and we played games. It was fun. We ate cookies.
That's cool. That's some real adult shit.
I love that.
Where it's like you hear it and you're like, God, that sounds really boring. But then you would do it. Like if someone invited you, you'd be like, hell yeah, dude. That sounds awesome.
I didn't like that Haley beat me in every single game we played. Because in my head, I'm just walking around like, yeah.
Long, quiet car ride home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like winning.
Yeah, me
And I
too.
didn't
Really?
win.
I get it.
just
What
like-
game? You always beat me at card games.
Fucking cards.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandma. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Which types of card games?
Any card game. I beat everyone at card games, actually.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't that's not, I mean, it is a flex, but it just happens. I'm very strategic. We played cards with Lydia,
Just like, go
who
fish.
Also, our friend, who doesn't like to lose ever. And I think I beat her and an entire group. Like, it was like 4 times in a row, super fast. And she just got up and didn't talk to me for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What'd you do last night?
Last night was decently casual for me, actually. I went out and met some buddies, went to Brick House and had like 2 beers, and then went home, and then I had to grab Emmy from work, and that was it. So,
Brick House has like good food.
surprisingly good food, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it's used as like the kids' like hangouts, the kids' bar basically. But their food is really cool. And then like in the summer, going there during the day,
Yeah.
like I don't know when the teenagers or 21-year-olds.
They're basically
College
teenagers
kids.
to us
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's what they
Feels
look like.
it.
Yeah.
When they
Teenagers,
walk
like,
in, I'm like, there's no fucking way that
23.
kid could have drove here himself.
And when they walk in, we know it's time to go. Like,
Yeah. When you hear like, I'll take an AMF. Like, oh, okay.
That's Dylan.
yeah, at the casino.
Like, all of us
Well, at
still
the casino,
don't.
you gotta like stretch your money.
Yes, dude, I
every
get
every
bang for your
drink's
buck.
$20 anyways, so it's
Yeah.
like might as well.
Dude, kind of highlighting another place. I went to Wahi Hana recently.
Oh, yeah.
That place is fun.
Dude, I love that place,
Yeah,
dude.
I figured you would.
Oh,
you,
man.
you strike me as the type that would show up in the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And sandals.
I was
buttons
telling
down.
her, yeah, dude, we sat down and I was like, the first thing I said was like, God, I love a good theme.
Yeah, you're like,
Like,
I'm ready
really
to leave
do.
diabetic.
yeah, dude. We had the drinks are kind of expensive, but like it's worth it, I guess.
Well,
Strong.
they're all basically like different named AMFs. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all,
Yeah.
They're so
those tiki
strong.
drinks.
I got-
this is a tiki bar we're talking about, by the way.
Yeah. So you walk in and it's like Hawaiian themed, and then
But
up
it's
on
well done, too. It's not like,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not like Florida, Hawaii, but like you look up and they have like screens on top of the ceiling and basically, scattered throughout the walls or whatever. And so you're sitting there and like you order your drink, you order your food, whatever, you're talking, and then all of a sudden either a rainstorm will happen, which is cool if you guys have ever been to like the Rainforest Cafe.
If you've ever been to a
They do that
rainstorm.
shit.
It's like an adult rainforest cafe.
Yeah, like not a
Yeah.
shitty Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah. They don't have the animatronics, which would be cool if they added that.
No, well, have you ever been to Rainforest Cafe?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking awful. Like,
Yeah,
the food is
when I went,
terrible.
I was a little kid, so
Me
I was
too,
just stoked
yeah.
that like
I went for my
gorillas were, like, moving around
graduation
and stuff.
party.
Yeah,
Oh.
went for a graduation party.
Dude, we went, they took us. They took us to the Rainforest Cafe in this mall. It was like closed down
yeah.
for like I'm sorry, not graduation party, graduation like trip.
Yeah.
You know, you do as
Oh,
a
yeah.
senior.
Yeah,
the mall?
So everyone
20 minutes away.
Listen, no, we
felt like
drove an
years.
hour.
Oh,
I
you
think it
drove
was
an
like
hour.
Tacoma, maybe.
Oh, God.
And we didn't know where we were going. They wouldn't tell us.
The
But
fuck?
every year
Just
before
driving you out
us,
to the desert.
yeah, every year before
Get
us,
off to the real world, kids. Here's Tacoma. Find your way back.
You guys all need to stand in front of this concrete wall.
every year before us, they went to Silverwood. So we were all, and it's like a surprise.
That's an awesome trip.
Right. And then I believe, and you can tell me, every year after us also went to Silverwood.
We
we
not.
didn't get to go. No, I think we had a pretty
was pretty
decent. The cool thing about like how small our school was is like they
So you guys got a graduation trip?
Yeah.
and they would
That's
generate so much like
wild.
money for it that
Because
they
the
could
parents
usually
would,
do
like,
some
work
pretty
stuff.
cool stuff. So for us, we had what's it? Wings
Wings
and
and
Waves.
Waves in
Like it's like a
McMinnville.
Wings and
Oh.
Waves.
That's
Like yeah,
cool.
They rented
water
it all
park.
out.
Like it has a whole plane on the top of this building.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That has a water slide that goes like down
Yeah.
and through the whole thing.
That's cool.
See, that's
And like a
cool.
wave park. It was pretty cool. So we did that, and then like Dutch Bros came out and catered it. So they had a whole Dutch Bros stand, and then like some
Nice.
food places. We
probably
had
there.
like, yeah, we had like the whole because it's like, what do you say?
But I was probably there. Yeah. Catering
Maybe.
that.
Broista.
Yeah.
It was like that whole portion was done in like an actual aircraft hangar
Yeah,
where there was like
that's
a bunch of
cool.
planes.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
sweet.
So it's pretty cool.
They had a hypnotist.
Oh yeah, I
we
forgot
also
about
had a
that.
hypnotist.
Look, I think if any profession other than food, if you're going to the Clark County Fair or a fair and like you're trying to make most of your money that year at a fair, it's not a real profession.
Whoa, come on! The hypnotist at the Clark County Fair is cool.
That is
I always
insane.
want to be picked.
I'm gonna
I
be
would
be
go-
honest with you.
So
I
dumb.
avoid them. They scare me.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't because I don't know.
It's
I mean,
fake.
It's kind of cool.
I think it's fake.
not
I think it's fake too.
Yeah.
But I've had some friends go up there and act very convincing, and I don't like that. Nobody gets to have control over,
like
over my brain like that. I won't even watch it.
I
So I'm
was
like, what if he gets me
hypnotized.
from the crowd? I'm not doing it.
No, that's the dumbest shit in the world, dude.
What?
Yeah, it is.
It's a good time.
It's the people that are like, "Oh, I went to a hypnotist to quit smoking." I'm like, you're just a really gullible person. Like,
don't know.
at least it worked for you, but like, Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna
man.
say if they quit smoking though, it's like
Yeah,
well,
never stop smoking.
take the placebo.
Never stop. Smoking's cool.
Stupid.
Yeah. Big Tobacco funds us.
Anyways, what was your story that we'd never heard?
Which one?
Right
Oh.
where you went to the mall, Rainforest Cafe.
Oh no,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was,
yeah.
we went to the Rainforest Cafe.
She's mad because everyone else got to go to a theme park and they took her to the
everyone was
Rainforest
jealous.
Cafe.
They took us to Rainforest Cafe, which was kind of like, okay, interesting. And then they also had like blackjack tables set up, but we're like
The fuck?
yeah, they were like, it's cool because you're like you get to like pretend gamble. But in my head, I'm
Cool.
like, we live in a town with 4 casinos.
Yeah.
We've all been to the casino. We go to the casino all the time because that's the only
Yeah.
place that's open.
Not ever. You were an old senior.
I was an old senior.
Yeah. You're like,
I
we've
did-
all been, and you're like,
Well, most
You're
of
like the
my
Well,
friends.
I feel like
person in your
most
class.
people turn 18 by the time they graduate. I didn't. But
I didn't either.
Yeah. I was like, I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was 18.
I was pretty old for.
if you
our
turn
grade.
18 before June, you would have.
No.
I thought
he didn't.
you were really young for your grade.
He's
because you're
July.
born in July.
Yeah.
I was also really young. I was born June 25th.
Because my graduating class, I was born in 96. My graduating was 2014.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So I must have been 17.
Yeah, me
Or
too.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
but anyway, Rainforest Cafe. They had the tables set up, and I just remember thinking,
This place sucks.
this sucks. For one, I'm 18. I'm just pissed off anyway because I'm 18. But like, we don't need to pretend gamble because we can gamble at home.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a little weird that they did that.
Yeah.
They're like, let's bring the LaCenter with us.
Yeah, that's what
Over
it
here.
felt like. It's like why like.
Yeah.
It was
That's
just an
kinda crap
odd,
out.
very odd.
You just got to look at who planned that, and then you know exactly what happened.
We got to cut this.
No, we don't. Not going to name names, but anyway, last night we went to a dress like your dad party. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll throw up a picture of what Jaden looked like. It is shockingly, and she looked exactly like her dad.
So
Did you like that?
A little bit.
yeah, we went to a dress like your dad party. It was so fun. It was hilarious. So most people there are, I would say, probably like 10 years older than
They
us.
were easily in their 40s.
Yeah,
All of them.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And so everyone was dressed up.
How do we keep getting invited to 40 and up parties?
Because we're fucking cool,
Because you're
babe.
good at talking to old people.
I get, yeah. I find it more relatable, I think.
We have fun. We always have a good time. And
Oh, do you guys
Dylan's
hate?
like, do you also hate stuff?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Really,
They
like,
do.
do you
Sit around
also
and talk about it?
do you feel beaten down by the corporate grind too? Like, I do. You guys want to talk about that? Like,
In the
Well,
words of Shane Gillis, early onset Republican.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
well, you always like, I have a harder time moving around those rooms. Like, they're family friends. So I'll just kind of like stick with someone that I've known for 20 years.
That's because their hearing aids can't. They got to turn it down.
Oh, okay.
was
But
mean, I'm sorry.
That was mean. Anyway, and
He's like, you don't have to emphasize it.
Yeah, I'm cutting this whole thing. Doesn't matter.
but you always make friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
this morning, even you were talking about someone, and he was like, oh, "This guy's really cool," and I'm like, "I
His
didn't
name's
even."
Pete.
Sorry, all right, Pete. I didn't talk to him really at all, but you always do really well, like in
Yeah.
those kinds of parties. But everyone was dressed as their dad.
It was very cool.
It was cool, but everyone was dressed as their dad because they're older, like kind of from the 70s. So there was a lot of mustaches going on,
Yes.
but great outfits, 80s, 70s.
It's pretty cool. It was a
then-
cool party.
It was cool, and I dressed like my dad. What was fun about dressing like my dad was when we walked in, I have all these family friends that obviously know my dad, and I looked just like my dad. We'll put a picture up, obviously, but it really freaked some people out, like a lot. Like
Yeah.
I walked in, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?"
They were ready to go into old shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was odd, but yeah, it was really fun. We had a great time. We sang karaoke again. We sang Grease.
Yep.
some
Made me
reason.
sing Grease again. Again, I'm standing. So, like, they have a, I'm going to say barn, but it's not really a barn. It's like
Shop.
It's like a shop, basically. So they have a shop. I'm standing outside. I'm just talking to somebody. And then all of a sudden, from inside, I hear, "Is Dylan here?" Dylan, like I'm at the DMV. And then they're like, you know, somebody comes outside to pull me in. And they're like,
Like,
"Hey."
number 287?
Yeah. And they're like, "You're going to sing karaoke again, and it's going to be Grease." And I was like,
Yeah, I didn't even put that on though. You know,
"Oh, well."
that was someone else that put that on, and then they were
Yeah.
just like, "Jaden," and I heard the dum da dum da dum, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Oh yeah."
every single time. And I don't know why it keeps happening, but anytime we go anywhere and a Grease song comes on, from just random people, they're like, "Do you know how much she loves Grease?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Like, she either falls asleep to Harry Potter or Grease. Like, I don't know what. Yeah,
Greasy Potter.
I get it. Yeah,
I love it. I don't know what it is about that movie. I've loved it since I was so I'm told like 3 or 4 years old. But it like lights my heart. I don't know how else to like.
yeah.
I love it. It's weird.
It is very weird.
It makes me happy.
Yeah, I get it. I totally do. Moving on.
All right.
Okay.
Did you guys call each other daddy at this party?
No.
Oh, that was a miss.
I wore my regular clothes because my dad dressed just like this
Oh, okay.
all the time.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't even matter.
Dang.
Uh,
Daddy Dylan.
let's move on. I mean, let's do your favorite pho places. This month is going to be pho month. We're finally getting to it. So last month was pizza month, and Pizzeria La Sorrentina won. They have not. I sent them an email because I was like, "Can we get you guys a trophy? Like, can we, maybe come on the podcast? Maybe." And they just have ignored me. So that's very cool.
It's probably good for their business.
Yeah,
They watch an
probably.
episode and be like, "Ugh."
Ugh, never mind. Yeah. I know Podunk started following us back. So,
Yeah, for
Podunk people, I don't know your names, but if you want to come on the podcast, you can still do it. We'll talk about your stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Whatever. So, this month is Pho Month. We're kind of going to be doing a little bit of a hybrid between Vancouver and Portland. We're finally getting to Portland. So, who wants to start us out?
I'll start. My place that I really love is called Pho House Cafe and Deli. It's on the 205 side near Mill Plain. And I really enjoy their banh mi and their pho because the broth is good, the noodles are good, the meat's good. And the banh mi, the bread is good and it's not too crunchy. Sometimes when you have a banh mi, like the bread feels like concrete or something. But this is good. Lather it in sriracha and plum sauce.
Yeah. Dude, I love plum sauce.
I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah.
What do you like about their pho, though?
Dude, every single bite that I take with pho, I put a little bit of plum sauce on. it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's normal.
No, you go
everybody-
overboard with it. You're like, this,
Yeah.
this tastes like newspaper.
Yeah. This place is great. They have the New York Times here.
Honestly, I feel like it's really hard to fuck up pho.
Nope, I disagree.
I've never
right
made
away.
it. I've never made it. I have no idea.
Well, yeah, me neither. It's just like, I guess it's like bones, like bone broth, basically. And then
I guess I have had pretty
Other
nasty pho.
I think it's hard to get it right. I honestly do. I know there's a lot of pho places out there, and I've had
Yeah.
plenty of them in the Vancouver, Portland area, but
Yeah.
a lot of them I'll never go back to.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Maybe it's because like I find places and then I never steer from those places.
Me too. I
Same.
get that totally. And
So every time I have pho, it's good. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
hard to fuck this up.
yeah, right. Yeah, we've tried. So I'll tell you my favorite place in a second. So, but my favorite place is over in Portland, and it's hands down just the best pho I've ever had in my life. And we've tried multiple places, and I'm like, I think 2 of the places was Bamboo 8, which is attached to Fred Meyer and Salmon Creek.
No,
They're a chain too.
Oh,
Bamboo 8 is in. No, that's 8 Noodles.
yeah,
8
you're
noodle.
right though. Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually liked that place.
you did?
The
Did you get pho there?
I like
Yeah.
them too.
I got pho because you showed me that place actually, like a long time ago when we were still working in
Ye-
Salmon Creek.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like their pho. I don't think it's very good. And then the other place was in Battleground. I don't know.
BG Pho, or it might
BG, yeah.
BG something.
I was gonna say that
pho.
sounds
I like that
accurate
place,
to
too.
where it's
Really
at location wise.
Yeah, you seem to like pretty much every pho place we go to.
Well,
She's like, this one hits.
Well, tell them how you order your pho
Yeah,
because that'll make a big difference.
Yeah, any actually, and then my ramen too. Now,
Yeah.
no meat.
No meat. And they're always confused as fuck. They're like, what?
Well, I guess they do make veggie pho.
They
Yeah,
do.
but she
You
doesn't
don't
want
get that.
that one.
Oh,
I
you
don't
just
want
oh,
that.
you want bone broth, but not the meat.
So
Yeah.
you could
Yes.
you could literally, that's the easiest meal ever. You could just buy bone
Yeah.
broth, throw it in a
She,
pan. Or
she
a
just
pot,
wants beef noodle soup.
and
Yeah.
then throw noodles in there, and it's
Yeah.
good.
That's how I want every soup. No meat,
She wants beef top ramen.
Wow.
but with the meaty broth.
So really, you just want like a warm drink for dinner.
Yes. Yes.
She's like, fuck.
yeah.
Good. I just the meat. I have a weird thing with meat eating out at restaurants specifically. I think
Which I get that.
I only eat meat when we're at home that I prepare, and it's not. It just weirds me out, and it's gotten worse. I think as I've gotten older, like
Yeah.
I thought it would get better, but it has not. So
If mad cow disease comes back, you're gonna be so fine.
I'll be okay, dude. I will not eat it at all.
Yeah.
Huh.
The meat at home's pretty good.
It's like I'll be screwed.
Yeah, me too, dude. Taco Bell is gonna get fucked up. What's your favorite pho place?
Yeah. So for me, which if you live in like the Vancouver area, probably anybody in that area knows this place. It may not be for their pho, but Nom Nom for sure. One, I mean, honestly, convenience-wise, they are literally a block away from where I live. So
Yeah, totally.
that might add to it, but honestly, I don't think so. I mean, they have so many like accolades to back them up.
Yeah,
They've won
totally.
in like I think it's Clark County area, and I don't remember the exact years, but I know it's been like multiple years that they've won for best pho.
Yep.
And it's killer. It's good,
I have to say, I've never actually had their pho.
dude.
'Cause I go there-
and try it.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. I've gone there for pad thai, and like that's always really good.
They're honestly, everything they do is great. One thing that I found that is not pho, but it's like their, I think they call it like, shit, I'm gonna mess it up, but it's basically like their cold noodles that they do.
that weirds me out.
I thought so too, but Emmy had me get it one time, and it's freaking awesome, super good. But their pho
Cold
has won
noodles.
many awards, so it's really good. Yeah, I want to say they call it like their like Nom Nom Bowl
what you're
or something like that. It's really good though.
I've only been there. I guess so. I work with a bunch of people who used to work before they switched offices. They used to work right next to Nom Nom, and there was this guy who's no longer with that company, but he used to go in and he would order, because they would go have lunch as a group every single day, because that's just kind of what it's like in what I do, and he would order what's called the Spicy Dave, I think is what it's called, and like the owner would come out and basically give him a lap dance.
Nom Nom?
Yeah, Nom Nom.
Wow,
yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Well, I think you got to know the guy. yeah, exactly. Apparently, he's a real character, and probably sounds like
I
a cool
think
guy.
I've met him once before, and he seems like a pretty like outgoing dude.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, so I don't know. I don't know him well enough to say that he wouldn't do that.
I don't know. Give it a shot next time you're there. Yeah, he might.
I'd like the Spicy Dave, please, and so would my wife.
Hey, buddy, my wife needs a lap dance over here. Mine at home aren't doing it. I have to say my favorite pho
That was
place.
impressive.
For those YouTube watchers, I just wrote sideways and it's not bad.
And like upside down. That was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, before we get into it, we've gotten a lot of feedback that people don't like us censoring our audio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I guess I won't be doing that anymore.
I was gonna say, I think we could censor maybe like
YouTube.
specific
Yeah.
words. Maybe
It's because I think what the reason is on YouTube you can watch our lips and read our lips. So you can kind of figure out what's going on, but on the audio you have no reference visually for what's going on. So,
And we also don't have a large vocabulary. So.
That is very true.
There's a lot.
word
It's
is
probably just
fuck.
like
I think I've been told by everyone's mom here that they are tired of me using the F word. Which is cool. That's 3 listeners. But, so going forward, if you want the uncensored version, either listen to this podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio. There's a couple others. Pretty much anywhere you get your podcast, you can listen to us. That's going to be uncensored here going forward. Also on Patreon, that is also going to be uncensored, of course. And then the censored version, just because to get paid by YouTube, which we're not getting paid yet, but if you share the videos, we will get paid. YouTube will, I guess, demonetize us if we get too deep into the stuff. So, moving right along. My favorite pho place is absolutely going to be Pho Kim, and that is in Portland on 82nd, which is a pretty seedy street. But 82nd is kind of an interesting, it's like an interesting road, right? For a year, I went to that high school, James Madison, and that was like the worst place you could possibly hang out. But it's always been once in the summer, once 9 o'clock hits, it starts getting dark. You got to leave. That's not a joke. You got to get out of there. But during the day, it's usually fine. But cut that. So 82nd, it's always been Crime Valley, basically, right? But what's interesting about 82nd is it's always also been a food hub, just this spot with so many different.
is that where Killer Burger is, too?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe further down, maybe. But 82nd's where the airport's at. It's right behind that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but obviously going south.
Yeah.
So, it's a terrible place just in general. But it's always been this culturally, there's a million different cultures there, and they all have great food spots. So Pho Kim is further down on 82nd, and it has the best pho I've ever had in my life. So it's going to be interesting trying these other places. The way this format has changed is that we've all come to you guys and we've been here's these places that we enjoy. And then Jaden and I, or maybe one of the guys, will all, we'll go out, we'll try them, and we'll start knocking these down off the board, and then we'll come up with the number one at the end of the month. That's our show. Thanks for watching the Cold Slice or listening to the Cold Slice podcast. Please, again, if you're still listening at this point, probably not, but if you are, please share this podcast with your friends. That is the best gift you could give us for Christmas. Our numbers are slowly going up, though, guys. Just a little bit. We have people in Illinois, Virginia, Florida, Texas, Arizona, California.
We're a national podcast.
Oregon. We are,
Wow.
dude. We are a national podcast. We are all over the board. So the best thing you guys can do if you enjoyed this podcast or any of the other episodes, I would suggest watching Relationship Court to really kind of get a feel for why our HR department said she needed to be here. But watch that episode. It's the last one we put out. Thank you for watching. This has been the Cold Slice. Thanks, guys.
The Cold Slice!